Hello from New Zealand. So I've been in New Zealand now 3 times and spent over a total of a year living in this country. I've met lots of people that have traveled to New Zealand and a lot of people that live in New Zealand. So I was curious, what makes New Zealand different?
I guess it's a nature.
Actually, it's nature and lifestyle.
Everyone here seems to have a really deep respect for nature.
Yeah, the nature is completely different from Europe.
So there's nature in many different countries in the world. What is it that makes it so special in New Zealand? Perhaps the best place to start is the history of the country. New Zealand was one of the last major land masses in the world to be discovered and settled by humans. Sometime between 1250 and 1300, the Polynesians sailed across the Pacific and ended up in New Zealand. Over time, the Polynesians that settled in New Zealand developed their own distinct culture that today we refer to as the Maori culture and the Maori people of New Zealand. Abel Tasman is the first known European to have landed in New Zealand, and he arrived here in 1642. Tasman didn't receive the warmest welcome that New Zealanders are known for today. In fact, he received a hostile welcome, and 4 of his crew were killed by the Maori. As a result, it was over 100 years before Europeans would visit the islands again. Because it was settled so late, New Zealand has a distinct biodiversity. There's a rich variety of animals, fungus, plant life, and sea life that are endemic to New Zealand that you can't find anywhere else in the world. The most famous of these, the kiwi. The people of New Zealand have adopted this kiwi as their national animal, and New Zealanders affectionately refer to themselves as Kiwis. This is not a derogatory term, it is one that they genuinely do use with affection. In 1769, Captain James Cook returned here and mapped almost the entire coast of New Zealand. Once literally on the map, New Zealand began being visited by many more European and North American whalers and traders. The landscapes of New Zealand are breathtaking. And many major Hollywood films, including The Lord of the Rings, Avatar, and The Last Samurai, have been filmed in New Zealand. My favorite thing about New Zealand is the underwater seascape, the undersea world in this country. There's some unbelievable places to explore under the water. My favorite of these being the Poor Knights Islands. The Poor Knights were protected as a marine sanctuary in 1981, and it's the only place that we've sailed to where when you drop your anchor and simply jump in the water, you're surrounded by a plethora of fish. The Poor Knights are truly like no other place that I've ever been under the water. The nature is special in New Zealand simply because the people here put a value on nature. I believe that it's only by understanding our past that we can appreciate and truly value who we really are. The same thing goes for a country. New Zealand and its people have taken the time to understand their past and the role that nature plays in that. As a result, today, they've taken steps to protect the things that matter to them, and one of those things is nature. What makes nature in this country truly special is that it's valued. This is the second video in a historical series as we travel back into the South Pacific and beyond into Southeast Asia. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Also, let me know in the comments if there's something that I missed or anything else that you'd like me to talk about.